All right, welcome back to T3 Productions. It's been quite a long time, but here we are with some Netrunner regional coverage from the Santa Clara tournament in Northern California. So in this game, we have John on the right and Joe on the left, and this is the match 1. And today I have Darren commentating with me.
Hey, how's it going?
And Darren, how are you doing in this tournament? What did you see, and anything that really stood out?
This was my first time playing in a little while as well. I just kind of made my decks at 2 a.m. the night before, threw them together, got my 2 hours of sleep, and came into play.
And still placed 10th. That's how it goes. And John opens up with the standard install hedge. Not much of a surprise there.
Look at those fancy sleeves. Sleeves inside of sleeves.
It always makes his deck look huge, and it's very intimidating sitting across from him.
He does have an intimidatingly large deck.
And Joe drawing up. He has a lot of lines to play, though. I see it looks like a Katie and Liberated Accounts and Corroder. So those are all things you want to see against a Butcher Shop deck like John's running.
Yeah, the clone chip falling straight into the trash on the max ability is not what you want to see, though.
And I think the other one was a sure gamble, so not a great start. But with that Liberated Accounts, it's not going to be any sort of issue at all.
Looks like the pad campaign in hand. John's going to start getting a whole bunch of money coming.
Mm-hmm. And that NEH ability coming in huge play. I saw this a lot, just like throwing stuff down. And I guess that's the right line for NEH, but just being able to dump anything down and not care to get the free card draw, it accelerates it. Oh, another clone chip.
Oh, another
and
sure gamble.
So this this Butcher Shop deck that John's running was extremely effective the entire tournament. Being able to double advance a breaking news one turn and then just score out traffic accident, scorched earth nonsense, so good.
Queen's Gambit. You don't see that played very much.
No, but after it's a pad campaign, that's going to have some advancement tokens. That Trickle Light that John has is going to come into handy, though, right?
Yeah, right.
But Joe is sitting still on really, really good board state. I'm pretty sure that's another Queen's Gambit in his hand, and with Corroder and tons and tons of money, it's going to be kind of hard for John to get the tags to land, unless he does score breaking news.
What's that event in his hand? Is that a knifed?
Yeah, I believe that's a knifed. And a legwork.
He's got some good stuff in there.
Just kind of waiting for an opening at this point, and John's plowing through. Drawing a bunch more cards, and he does have the ice to protect himself, but it's NEH, and I don't think he expects the Corroder at this point. The Corroder to already be in hand.
Oh, there goes the Zool and a David. Man, that Max.
Those cards, this is why I don't really like Max. Like, she's losing a lot of really important cards, and there's nothing. Like, those clone chips, that's huge for Max deck. The same old things you really need for that. You really need that to kind of let you not lose.
Right.
Which is the bigger problem I see, is that, like, Blacklist now shuts her out entirely, too. So I'm not sure if John's running that, but dropping the Corroders, probably. No res on John, so... and scores the Astroscript. That's not good. I bet that's a wraparound.
John's got a giant pile of money.
But with the Joe is liberated in play, so it's just going to be... He can just credit back up.
Sure thing.
Unless John plays like 2 restructures.
They are both playing my favorite looking and least favorite to play with Netrunner credit tokens. At least with Joe, I can tell what his denominations are right now. With John, I think those are all ones, but I don't know. I really have no idea.
Yeah, they're pretty difficult to read on the table, but there's counters up there. It's all good. Although that Corroder really threw John for a loop. It looks like he's looking for some type of answer here. Like an enigma or a quandary would be huge. But damage is done with that Astroscript being scored already.
Yeah, and it might be a good idea for John to ice up his archives just a little bit, too, in case of a retrieval run. That would really really hamper Max right now.
But Joe is taking advantage of all of those exposed pad campaigns. That's going to really hurt Joe. Joe trashing the pad campaign is going to really hurt John later on. And just taking the time to money up now. No, John's been digging all game. I can't think of what he would be digging for, though. Like, he has ice in front of everything, unless he's just not seeing agendas that he wants to score.
Does he have much fire in his hand?
Looks like there's a traffic accident, at least. Can't quite make out anything else, but fortifying his position a little bit, even though Max has plenty of money and not seeing those breakers quite yet.
Oh, that's the third clone chip in a deja vu. But at least he draws the mimic.
So Joe's probably has to be running a Yogg still, right? Like,
you would think. Well, no, he had Zool, and that's
right.
in his trash.
So yeah, and that's it. So if he doesn't play retrieval run, would he play? Do you think he plays the Yogg?
He might have a couple Yoggs, but yeah, I would if I was him. I don't know. I haven't seen one come up yet.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I think John's going to have a really, really hard time getting any sort of mid-seasons to land at this point. Like, that liberated account, 16 credits from liberated account, plus daily cast, plus Katie.
Right.
There's no way that NBN has enough money, even with hedge funds and sweeps weeks and stuff like that, to outmoney that type of engine.
You're just throwing stuff away. What a madman.
Did you catch what any of it was?
No.
Insane. Just still pitching. Was that just a draw 3 turns? Draw, click, 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 draw, draw, draw?
Looked like it.
Eesh.
Ooh.
He's definitely looking for something. Then that imp hitting the discard pile.
It's pretty rare to see NEH throwing away as many cards as Max. That's a...
Well, hey, they're the ones at the top table, so I'm sure John's got some type of strategy here.
Indeed. And he's already got his top 8 regional playmat in play. Look at that guy.
Well, I think that was from the last weekend before.
He went to Colorado. I thought I had a problem.
Went to Colorado, played in regional, top 4, I believe, in Colorado.
Yep.
And then came here with much the same
there's the
thing.
shadow, going for those tags.
That I don't see played that much anymore. Is that a recent thing, or is Shadow just pretty much a Butcher Shop now?
Shadows come back with Butcher Shop.
Okay.
Anything that's kind of more of a mandatory.
Oh, and he's stealing
spending the 4 to steal. Dropping him down to 4 credits. That's pretty bold.
Click 1, though, so he could take Katie and at least match NBN to not threaten the mid-seasons.
There you go.
Yep. I'm sure John doesn't want to see that at all.
And yeah, good. I think it's a good move, taking some money off the liberated too, just in case John gets a sure gamble.
Oh, he had 2 clicks left. That's so good. Quick start for Max too.
Yeah.
4 points right off the bat.
Yeah, it's a scary place for John to be.
And one of the Astros. If he had been able to sneak that Astro out first turn, though, I gotta think this is a different game.
Absolutely.
Even at this point,
yeah,
having an Astro token and then just with John drawing as much as he is. Overall, yeah, that ice was definitely a wraparound that he put over the Astro initially.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But Max isn't running too much. That's probably a good play
against
this deck. Less chances, less likely to steal and lose a bunch of money. And kind of puts John in a bad place. I don't think his deck is running C-Source. So I think it's just off of things.
Breaking news and mid-seasons?
Breaking news and Data Ravens. I'm pretty sure John was playing as well. But that's all you need. It's just install advanced breaking news, and then next turn.
Oh, there's his trash. There's the mid-seasons.
Mm-hmm.
He just tossed them. He's got to have one in hand.
I don't know. I think John's abandoned that line of play at this point. Like, Joe has 4 points scored and is sitting on a ton more money than John is.
True.
Here. Plus, he has recurring money with Katie. that he can keep milking while getting money from Liberated and Daily Cast in the meantime.
There he goes. Now he snuck out that first Astro.
Stuck it behind the Enigma, which is a super good play since he's already seen one of the... he already saw the Zoo get flipped way early. God, look at all those cards, man. How do you... That's so hard to play. It's all random.
The first one was an I've had worse.
Oh, okay. So there's still 2 sure gambles floating around somewhere. Ooh, and yeah, sorry about the skips. There's a couple of them here. Got some new equipment, new setup, trying to make it all better, get better videos. So please bear with me while I get used to the new equipment.
He hung on to that grimoire for a really long time there.
I hadn't been seeing any. Oh, he had the data sucker, so that was the only virus though.
Yeah.
But this I think is a way good play. Getting that grimoire out accelerates the parasite.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be gone next turn. So he could have used it as a window. John could have used it to try and sneak something else out of there. But that's completely closed now.
Well, I figure at this point he's just drawn for that last Astro.
Oh, and okay. So I just noticed on that skip there, Joe did legwork into HQ and stole a breaking news. So Joe's at game point.
Yeah, it's a scary place to be.
That's really not good. I don't know if how much that Astro is really gonna come and play, but well, no, it's still NBN.
It's NEH. It can work miracles.
And for this set, Clot was legal. I believe the last Chrome City was legal. So we did see a lot of net ready eyes and Yogg coming back with Mimic. So there was a lot of shenanigans and trickery that people weren't quite used to because Chrome City dropped literally 2 days before this tournament started.
There you go, the data raven. Now, this is actually weird because this is one of those really dangerous points in a game where the runner is up and is just on the brink of victory and you're willing to take slightly bigger chances just to finish the game. And if he's not careful, this could lead to a flat line.
Well, wisely jacking out, seeing the data raven, I think that was... and choosing to build this board state even more. Even though John's sitting at 0 credits, it's a rough place. He might be just trying to pile on those tags to get traffic accidents off.
Yeah, maybe.
With one I've had worse in the trash, it's... Oh, and Joe only has 2 cards in his hand still. So yeah, definitely don't want to risk those tags then.
Absolutely. Especially not with all that resource econ also. Ooh.
Is that a vamp?
That is a vamp.
Think that could be another wraparound in front of HQ?
I suppose it's possible. He hasn't rezzed it.
Well, Joe...
What else would it be?
He didn't res it on the legwork, so it had to be something that was too expensive or that Joe
maybe
could
it's
break.
a toll booth or something.
Toll booth over HQ would be good here. Well, not be good here since he has $3, but would be great to see rezzed.
What? I know it's not there, but I'd love it if it was a little engine.
Not quite out yet for this one, I'm afraid. Or was it? Is that Chrome City?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it is Chrome City.
I ran it in that tournament.
No, John doesn't have quite the same affinity as to Little Engine that you do.
No, John straight up laughed at my little engine. he laughed in my face. Made me sad.
If he only saw you last regionals.
Hey, Little Engine won me a bunch of games this regionals too.
In Tucson. We also went out to Tucson not too long ago.
Man, that was a fun day of games. There's some serious Netrunner happening right now.
There's a lot of Netrunner happening everywhere right now. It's all good. In these games, I will say, the top 16 games or top 8 games in Northern California, probably the best quality games, like series of games I've seen in a very, very long time.
Oh, for sure.
Including, I would say including World's top 16. I think the level of play in this tournament was outstanding. A lot of different decks made the cut. So
absolutely.
I was really, really excited to watch these go down. And there was a lot of players also like very giddy, like running around between the tables and like really excited. Applause at random plays throughout games as well. But just to give you an idea of some of the other competition that you can hear in the background. I don't know what John gets here. Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. Any code gates over the remotes are huge. I think that was an agenda.
It's gone forever now.
And Joe's in such a solid position.
Right? It sucks not having that last code gate out, but or code gate breaker out, but it's otherwise he's doing good. The deja vus and the clone chips keep going straight to the trash with his max ability, so it could end up biting him in the butt.
Well, in hand he still has. Oh, okay. Yep. I was about to bring up that vamp. That's huge.
Yeah, with that 17-5 credit lead, you got to do it. It is a wraparound, but you're going to lose the money anyway, so you might as well tax him a little.
Yep. Hey, anything helps. And that card is just so good. Vamp. It underrated in Anarchs for a long, long time.
For sure.
Without having that money. But with Katie and even liberated accounts, which I've always loved, is starting to see play again.
Right.
I think Vamp has definitely been coming back strong.
I mean, I play Vamp in my decks, but I do hate it when it's grass stable from me.
Oh, yeah. Because, every time you see that played, you are not going to have money. Even if there's ice in front, you're not going to have money afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, when a Siphon comes, I know the runner's going to make a bunch of money and I'm going to lose 5. When a Vamp comes, I'm broke. Oh, man, that was huge. His Levy also just hit the trash.
And I think that's the third Parasite.
It is. It is the final Parasite.
I'm sure. Oh, did he? Oh, he same old leg worked.
He did.
At one point. Okay.
Yeah, I think that was... he was going for the kill, but I might have stuck it out for the conservative play just in case myself.
Yeah, he must have another same old thing in hand. He's just hoping not to mill it out.
I don't believe I've seen a same old thing in his hand. He's just hoping he draws it instead of losing it, which is risky with so few cards. I would be so tempted to just spend a bunch of clicks drawing cards as Max right now. Oh, he's got his Crypsis. Is that it?
I did see a Crypsis in his hand.
Well, that'll get him through a code gate.
Yeah. Not going to help him recycle his cards too much. But
no.
Joe also has... I saw two of the cutlery in his hand. I thought it was knifed and forked in Joe's hand. So a lot of that ice is going to be pretty susceptible to destruction soon. And if he can open up R&D again, if that is a forked, and Joe gets out or gets that Data Raven out of the way, R&D is wide open.
Right. I think it was really smart there for Joe to just start drawing cards to minimize his losses.
Hopefully he sees one of those same old things. What?
Targeted marketing. What do you think he targeted?
I think it was Levy. You got to Levy.
You
got
to
pick Levy at this point against Max.
Oh, there goes the Yogg.
Oh.
All right, Max. Just draw those cards. Let's see what he's got.
Oh, yeah, he's looking. He's trying to figure out where his same old things are. I'm not going to be surprised at all if he just draws up to make sure he sees it.
I just saw 2 same old things. And was it 2 deja vus or 3 deja vus?
2 deja vus. I thought so. 1. There's only 1.
I bet he's not playing 3. No, there's 1 all the way at the bottom.
Okay.
So I bet he skimped on the deja vus and the same old things.
No, he definitely plays 3 same old things.
Yep, 2 and 2 in the trash. If I look through it again, maybe 1 will jump into my hand. I do that at the fridge all the time. I don't know why there's not a fresh hot pizza in my fridge every time I open the door.
Or nice cold beer.
Yeah, right?
One or the other.
Well, nice cold beer we can do. that I'm never out of.
Oh, good man. Good man. Yeah, he's just going to draw up. He's got to find that other same old thing.
Gamble.
That's... doesn't seem like his best play.
And he might not have another same old thing in there. He might just be on his last legs.
Just trying to, or does he? Is he? He might be trying to avoid the levy.
True.
He might figure he's in the driving seat. I think. Well, Joe's definitely in the driving seat at this point. But with that targeted marketing, if John gets 15 or 10 credits,
I mean, he's got to assume that's a Sansan or a pad or something. What is it?
pad campaign.
Pad. Yeah, because I mean, if it was an agenda, John would have scored it. He wouldn't hang on to it in his hand.
Mm-mm. Leaving it up for the tax, though. I don't know. Maybe John's still trying to win this game through Scorch. I just don't think that's.
Yeah, I don't see how he can do that with a mid-seasons. I mean, no. I guess he could leave a breaking news there. There goes that last card.
Oh, it is a corroder. So
yeah, he's done. That's all he's got.
That's it. The one I've had worse, which doesn't help him at all at this point.
Should not have same old thing for that.
That legwork.
Legwork. No, I understand the desire. I fall for that all the time.
You need to. You can't as Max. You need to go for that to recycle your deck because now Joe his only money is Katie, right? He doesn't have any liberated accounts or daily casts anymore, and I don't know if he'd really want to play them. It comes down when you get to this late against this NEH Butcher Shop build. Like John could just potentially eat his hand away, and just make it
little by little.
Yeah,
just get him down to 3 cards, and that's a Scorch, or get him down to, range for a couple of traffic accidents. Yeah, even if he's hanging on to I've had worse, it does nothing at this point.
Nope.
And he is hanging on to an I've had worse, and it's doing nothing. It is officially just a hit point.
Yep. But it's doing work as a hit point, keeping him at 4.
Yeah, Joe can't play any more cards, period, for the rest of this game.
No way.
All he can do is collect credits off of Katie and put some counters on Crypsis.
Well, those Crypsis counters are huge. That's it. Like that's interesting. At this point, John is taxing time too.
Yep.
Because the Enigma is Joe can't break besides that Crypsis. Although I wonder if John, if he had looked through his discard pile, does Joe only play 2 same old things? Did you see 2?
He only had 2 same old things. 2 same old things and 2 deja vus. Which honestly, I think in Max's is a really brave mistake.
Yeah, that's not.
I know a lot of Max players who only play 2 same old things, but that's why I usually don't feel too scared when Max is across the table from me.
Just hoping that they close out the game before then. It's too scary. It's way too scary.
She's punk rock, man.
all in. Yeah, until Max gets blacklisted, and then she's just real sad.
So that current is literally doing nothing for the rest of the game.
No, I wonder if John had looked through that discard pile, he must have just thought there was 3 same old things.
Yeah, you would have to assume there's another same old thing or a deja vu either in hand or in deck. Mm-hmm. I mean that's the safe assumption. Mm-hmm. I can't blame him,
especially this late in the game. And the threat of the levy, I don't think that's the wrong play.
Yeah,
but it sucks that it's not the right one.
Right. But I mean, he's just not going to play anything else for the rest of the game. Period. At this point, right?
No, there's no way.
Yeah, that'd just be crazy town.
Unless he tries to. The only play I could really see here is if he tries.
I think they're talking about how he just targeted marketing the levy.
Or it might be a mid-season thing. I know Joe was worried. I did hear Joe being very, very concerned about getting mid-seasoned, like at random points in this game, even though John didn't have A, money, and B, Joe was on the brink of winning.
Right.
I think he was still worried about getting mid-season to having the other breaking news.
I think at this point, Joe just has to build up as much econ as he can and constantly keep a couple tokens on Crypsis to force John to spend his turn purging, and then make as many runs as he can, just single access, turn by turn, on top of R&D, to prevent John from getting the points in hand. Maybe try to just slow roll him.
If that's another data raven in front of R&D, though,
Yeah, that'd be huge.
That's so good.
I mean, but if it is a data raven, you take the tags.
But then you're spending... You can't even break it because he doesn't have a data sucker. Well, I guess you could use the Crypsis, but that's not worth the money.
No,
so
it isn't.
Once you commit to that, you're in for tags. And then that's a scary proposition. That's a really scary proposition.
Yeah, I mean, I figure the first thing you do is you run archives and see if there are scorches and traffic accidents in there. See if John's been pitching them. Oh, I guess he just did. All right, let's see what happens.
I hope you get to see that fan out. I think John just threw back a couple traffic accidents.
Let's see what he's got.
Oh, there's a data raven. There's one traffic accident. Scorched traffic. Nope, guess not.
So at this point, you got to assume that John is hanging on to 2 scorches and a traffic accident.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you can actually hear Joe confirming that. Well, that's really how he loses the game at this point, though.
Right.
Joe, like as long as he doesn't start taking a bunch of tags, or if John doesn't sneak out a breaking news, I think he's in a good spot. Well, I think Joe's in a good spot as long as John doesn't sneak those out. Oh,
there's that traffic accident.
Think there's 2 scorches in there too?
There have to be. John's been drawing all game.
All game.
He's got his mid-season, a traffic accident, and 2 scorches in there.
NAPD, not the one he wanted to see.
No. Wonder if he's got any agendas in there.
I can't imagine he does. Why would you've been Jacksoning through everything, I think he's been throwing him back every time. Maybe that's what he was Jacksoning for. He might be trying to find his breaking news.
Right. Because that's a win for him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if he can get the money.
Yeah. Well, he only needs some money to scorch, and that's it. He needs $3.
Well, tag and scorch.
Okay, so $5.
Right.
But that's not out of the question.
And if that breaking news gets stolen, then it's the mid-seasons.
Do you think he drops it? I don't know. There isn't enough money there. You just make the runner broke.
Right. Right. What's he got in there? Is it that NAPD? No, it is the breaking news. He did drop it.
Okay, so I think there's 6 credits left on Katie still, so...
You got to take those credits.
You got to take the credits, but then I don't know if the mid-season's worth it to make them poor. Oh, and then clicking for a credit?
Well, you just give them some tags, and then the next turn you can set them on fire.
But the tags aren't going to stick. Joe has enough money to beat the...
Oh, well, no,
trace.
True. He can only get 2 tags on him, but that's more than a traffic accident can handle, I guess.
And Joe still has 4 cards, too. So you could gain 2 credits in mid-seasons. Yeah, I think gaining 2 credits in mid-seasoning here is pretty...
This is a terrible place to be for John. He needs to draw a sure gamble or a sweeps week to make this work.
Mm-hmm. And now John needs all 2-point agendas to win.
Right.
Because those are the only 2 breaking news that are in his deck.
Oh, really?
I would have to imagine, right? Because we've seen Astroscript, so there's 2 Astroscripts, there's 1 NAPD, and 2 breaking news.
Sure. So if he's running 3 NAPDs, then that's it for his breaking news. But if he's only running 2 NAPDs, there could be another breaking news and another 1-pointer of who knows what. Oh, he is doing the mid-seasons.
Oh, going for it.
He's just going to try to give him a single tag.
He's going all in. Max is taking tags, or Max is going broke.
I see. He took some... did he take some credits before mid-seasoning? I missed that.
think he did. I think it was click for credit midseason.
Oh, he chose to take the tags. I think that's just crazy town. Well, he knows he's not going to get scorched right now, but he knows he's going to get scorched in 2 turns with 11 tags. He can't clear 11 tags.
Nope.
That was a huge misplay.
He's on the clock now. John basically needs 2 turns.
Yeah.
So Joe has 2 turns, assuming that John has a scorch, which you have to assume here.
Right.
John's
Absolutely.
drawn through so many cards, Jackson so many times, and that's all it takes. It's just he has Joe's 4, so breaking news or traffic accident scorch we still need, but Joe now cannot play cards.
Right. He cannot play another card for the rest of the game. Period. I mean, he was already in that position, but now it's confirmed.
Yeah. Now since the tag's stuck.
I don't even know why he was holding his hand. He should just put it face down, hang on to it. Running R&D. He doesn't even care about the tags anymore. He's just trying to get that last agenda point. Pop up, and there he goes.
Ooh, another targeted marketing.
Yeah, that's right. He just recognized that it just gave John a credit, which means that credit scorch is on its way.
Mm-hmm.
And if he runs there again and gives him another pop-up credit, then it's
credit scorch traffic accident. That's
lights out. Absolutely. Checking to see if that NAPD is still in his hand.
Does he have the money to break everything? He doesn't care about the trace anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the trace. He just needs 1 for the. Well, he doesn't want to give John 2 credits from the.
Right. No, that would be real bad.
He'll float another tag.
Had the Astro script in hand.
Nice.
And the NAPD. That's all we have for this game, but I have way more videos that are coming up. Going to get those out soon, but thank you very much for watching. Of course, I'd like to thank Darren.
Hey, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Ben.
Absolutely. We'll have you on again sometime soon. Thanks, Darren. Bye, guys.
See ya.